Hey guys, Casers here with VR Authority. Are you a big fan of justice? Well, today we're busting pint-sized perps in Giant Cop. Giant Cop is a very silly, narrative-driven game where you play a 200-foot-tall policeman, raining justice down on the people of Micro City. You'll find yourself cracking down on a crime syndicate that's been ravaging the city, using your size to your advantage. Here's our thoughts. The coolest thing about this game, honestly, is you're a freaking Godzilla cop. Like, you are a giant cop, which I know probably comes as a surprise to you. But it just feels awesome cracking down on crime as the 200-foot-tall long arm of the law. Your Titan-sized perspective gives you a great vantage point to see any type of seedy activity down below and, arrest those bad guys. The feel of the game is very silly, definitely doesn't take itself too seriously, and kind of makes fun of the fact that you're a giant monster donning a police uniform. Another great touch is there's tons of random objects to play with. Things like giant barrels of paint, dart guns, and everything from trampolines to taco trucks. You can use your giant hands to pick up basically anything, cars and buses and even individual little people, and includes one of my favorite aspects of the game, literally shaking down bad guys to get the truth out of them. And once you're done with something, you're free to just let it down nicely, or one of my favorite things, throwing innocent people into the ocean. This is a big sandbox type of game that really reminds me of some of the feelings you get playing Grand Theft Auto. You can kind of wander around, do what you want, there's side missions, and although it has a silly, lighthearted feel, you can cause an explosion or two, or five. You can cause lots of explosions. And who isn't a fan of that? So that's some stuff we like. As far as the other stuff, although the game is initially fun, there's not a ton of variety. Once you kind of realize that you're a giant cop that can pick up things and throw things, you've pretty much experienced most of what can be experienced in the game. Although there are little specific goals that are kind of fun, there isn't really anything that shakes things up later on in the story. Speaking of the story, it's a decent length. You could probably play through it in a few hours, and it takes you into different parts of Micro City, shaking down perps, destroying things, and of course, good old trailer park destruction. But the missions during the story can kind of feel like they drag on. I found myself pretty quickly getting bored with the current mission I was on, kind of wishing it was done. The other thing that I don't really understand is the teleport system. It works pretty well, it's kind of like a dash-style teleport, but the problem is it whips you around to align you to a certain direction. And although this is probably done on purpose to kind of guide you on what to do next, it doesn't really feel like it helps that much, and it honestly made me a little bit nauseous. Granted, I'm kind of a lightweight when it comes to motion sickness, so for people who aren't susceptible to that, might not be a big deal. All in all, Giant Cop is a big bundle of fun. If you have dreams of being Godzilla, but, wearing a badge, this will be a great time. The story adds enough to keep it interesting, and definitely something to check out if you like the old sandbox games. And explosions. This is good if you like explosions. However, I personally don't feel like there's enough variety to keep me coming back over and over again. All that being said, as it is, Giant Cop is a fun game for anyone looking for a unique VR experience. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want more VR reviews, make sure to subscribe here on YouTube and check out vr-authority.com.